recent times, we continue to see the underdevelopment of Africa in the name of development. We continue to see the complicity of our governments in state capture of our public institutions, resulting in the privatization of the basic social services such as education, such as health, such as general development in the name of water, for instance. And as a result of that, the gap between the poor and the rich continues to broaden.
We cannot sit by and allow for this to continue, which has continued from the time of colonialism, the capitalist agenda, the imperialism that we still see happen in this day and age, the land grabbing, the reaping of the resources, the inequality that is continuously increasing exponentially worldwide.
We are observing quite an unfortunate development that the world global multilateral structures like EU, SADC, and many others have seemingly taken lately in modern politics of the world, wherein human rights and good governance and the agenda of people is no longer at the center of the agenda, but in the main trade for the profit, for the maximization of profit.
É sabido que Moçambique hoje é o destino preferencial do investimento privado direto das grandes multinacionais que criam pressão sobre a terra e sobre os recursos. Eles acontecem em locais onde vivem comunidades e essas comunidades muitas das vezes são desalojadas dos seus locais de origem para locais distantes onde a terra é improdutiva, e isto agudiza problemas como a fome, a pobreza e o desemprego.
And the market-led mechanisms and initiatives continue to hinder the full socio-economic and political participation of all the people. Africa continues to compete against itself in trying to lure capital in the name of foreign direct investments.
Dos exemplos de violações que as empresas trazem principalmente a violação dos direitos humanos. E esta violação concretiza-se com a expropriação das terras férteis das comunidades e das violações dos seus direitos sociais e ambientais. E as falsas promessas também que as empresas trazem que empobrecem as comunidades.
For instance, Swaziland recently emerged as the most unequal society in the world. This to us is not at all advancing what in paper EU, the foreign policy of the government of Denmark, and many African countries who in paper says we are advancing human rights, we are building a more humane society. The EPAs itself at an international level still do not provide a very conducive human development agenda, but it makes more conglomerates and corporations to make profit at all costs, while many people of our nations remain extremely disengaged and disempowered. And that, to me, as an activist on the ground, is not one of the best scenarios at all. It makes a call, really, it calls upon all of us to stand up and do our part. It therefore makes us make a call to the ordinary people and members and citizens of Denmark, as well as the government of Denmark and citizens of EU, that you need to stand up and hold accountable the European Parliament.
E também eu trago discurso para os governos, para que eles tragam sim as empresas, mas olhando para o respeito dos direitos das comunidades e também a implementação das leis que protegem as comunidades. E para as empresas, para que elas não violem os direitos das comunidades e que respeitem os direitos internacionais e os direitos das comunidades. E aqui há uma necessidade das comunidades se organizarem para resistirem contra este modelo de desenvolvimento que só cria problema para as comunidades. Nós sim queremos desenvolvimento, mas desenvolvimento que respeite os direitos das comunidades, desenvolvimento que não viole as leis do país, desenvolvimento que respeite a cultura dos povos nativos.
My message to the governments is that we will continue to mobilize, we will continue to organize, we will continue to resist against the forces that want to bring about a market-driven development agenda. We want, as the people, to have a say in the kind of development that we want. A development that respects people-centered and people-driven agenda. A development that respects local knowledge and indigenous knowledge and practices. We cannot stand by and watch our resources being taken away and that the poor getting poorer. We cannot sit by and watch policies that are making the divide even bigger between the haves and have-nots. We cannot sit by and allow the multinational corporates rip and take away all the wealth into themselves with a monopoly. We fight and we are going to stand against this kind of monopoly, this kind of divide. We the people will continue to mobilize and organize ourselves as a force in the world globally, north and south, west and east. We the people, we will stand up, we will resist, we will continue to mobilize ourselves into a force that the world will have to reckon with.